Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This has been a massive day. So much information coming out. Listen, chapters are down below. Every little dash in that video line is a different article. We have a lot to cover. Oh, we're doing good. Real good. Let's begin here with this article on the Bitcoinist.com, and it's titled, Ripple expands. UAE payments provider uses XRP. I told you we're dominating in the United Arab Emirates. Oh, there's a lot going on there. Not only this, they're working right now. Did you read the articles today? Did you stay on your money game today? They're working on the tokenization of oil. I told you it was coming. I told you. I think we have an article on that somewhere. I have a ton of articles here, people. We're going to get to it. Let's start right here. Just recently, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse drew attention to the global regulatory process in comparison to the headwinds the industry is facing in the United States. One region where crypto is seen as promising innovation and where the company has already been able to sign high-profile collaborations in the MENA region. Oh, muy lindo, mi gente. I told you we're dominating the MENA region. People don't believe it, but I'm showing them proof. Articles, transcripts, PDFs. Hey, what can you do? And today, a new partner seems to have been added by Ripple. Panus Matthew, managing director of Dubai-based Joya Lucas. Joya Lucas. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. Joya Lucas Exchange wrote on LinkedIn that he had a meeting with Ripple employees, Mark Johnson, William Cooley, and Nick Taplin, the closing team. They're sent in to sweep it up, close up that deal. The powerhouses, the big hitters, the heavy hitters. You know these names. Let me say them again. Mark Johnson, William Cooley, and Nick Taplin. Did they do what they always do? Let's find out. It says, quote, the leader in blockchain and crypto solutions for enterprises, Matthew wrote. It says, it was a great discussion on how Ripple could be a great enabler for money transfer entities to scale up for affordable cross-border payments, instant settlement, and continuous liquidity access with their on-demand liquidity using the XRP platform. Boom! Boom, 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 boom. Yes, yes, yes. Are you not entertained? Come on now. Whew, we got to celebrate just a little bit, got to get fired up. You know how much hate we go through? You know how much of a force is coming against us? Oh, man. Yeah, you're right. I'm excited. I'm very excited. That's just how I feel. This doesn't mean you have to feel this way. I'm not trying to convince you to feel this way. I'm not trying to hype up XRP. I don't care if you you can sell all your XRP. Wouldn't matter to me at all. It wouldn't even be a blip on the radar. I'm here for the bank money, and they're coming in. All the big money is stepping in, just like we called it. From the proof, evidence-based speculation, evidence-based predictions, evidence-based foresight. Oh, man, this is getting too good. We are excited to collaborate with you. Listen, I told you. Look at the picture. Standing with confidence. They closed the deal. That's how you do it, Ripple. See, that's why I like you. That's how you do it. They sent in the power hitters. Yes, yes, yes. They knew how to get the job done, and they did it. It says, although Ripple itself has not yet released an official confirmation, they don't need to. You just got it from the company itself. Confirmation of his new partner, Matthew's wording is quite clear. Oh, yeah, it is. This is very cut and dry, very apparent. The company will use the XRP-based technology on demand liquidity. Give me that money. I get a little excited from time to time, not all the time. You know, there's a balance to everything. To optimize its cross-border payments with it. Joya Lucas Exchange is part of a Joya Lucas group. I told you, bring me that money. I told you, subsidiaries and such, it's going to bring that money. I told you, it's all coming to pass, folks. Oh, man. A multi-billion-dollar global conglomerate. This is one article. My goodness. I probably shouldn't have this many articles today. This is going to go on for too long. We'll chop some articles out. It says, and a world-renowned brand in jewelry trading. Guaranteed they're going to experience exponential growth. They know it. That's why they're getting in bed with the absolute best bank coin on the planet. Bank coin. I'm talking about when it comes to the banks and moving big money, interbank payments, large payment amounts. You know, all the bank coins are great. All the bank coins are great. In terms of cross-border payments, Joya Lucas Exchange's website states that they offer a wide range of remittance solutions to every customer and guarantee the best rates. For this, the payment service provider has established several partnerships that allow, quote, quick and easy transfers to any part of the world at the best rates. And listen, this is just one in the MENA region. We have dozens. Who knows how more they didn't even announce yet. Like they said, Ripple didn't even announce this one. It took the company to come out and say, yep, we're using XRP. That's right. No shame. We're using XRP. We're ready to make the big money. We're ready to expand exponentially. We're ready for the future. That's what this company is saying. And that means that a lot of companies feel that way. They just have enough guts to say it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. We have this here. U.Today. Ripple versus SEC. Judge says SEC lawyers only care about victory. The judge said that. It doesn't seem like a lot of judges like the SEC. Oh man, listen, there's a balance to everything. Some days may not be so good, and some days are good. You got to appreciate it when things are good. That's all, you know. Yeah, use the moments to the fullest of your ability. And today is a good moment. Judge Netburn body slams people's elbow. Rock bottoms, the SEC lawyers. Stone Cold Stunner, give me a hell yeah. Somebody out there tried to toss a beer can at the at the screen. You ever see Stone Cold Steve Austin? Somebody tried to toss a beer can to me through the screen and busted up their flat screen. Hey, that's on you. That's on you. Pick up the beer and you know what else to do, all right? Now, it says here, this time he quoted federal judge Netburn, they're talking about the lawyer, who criticized the legal team of the U.S. securities regulator struggling to prove its allegations that Ripple has been selling XRP tokens, as the regulator referred to them as unregistered securities. According to Deaton, the judge mentioned their quote, hypocrisy when presenting arguments to the court about Hinman's speech. The judge emphasized that the lawyers of the regulatory agency are more interested in expanding control over crypto market than wishing to obtain justice. The judge drew this conclusion from the fact that, on the one hand, the regulator argues that Hinman's speech is not relevant to the market's understanding of the SEC's regulation of the cryptocurrency space, and on the other hand, Hinman had consulted with the regulator's lawyers before delivering his speech on crypto assets. Interesting. That's very interesting. It's a judge saying this, so I think it's reputable. Why would you just let me do that? Why you gonna let me get away with that? Man, what is wrong with Alfani? I don't know. Sometimes I'm a little bit happy. You know what I mean? I play around a little bit from time to time. Just from time to time. Every day is different. I go with the natural flows of the energy. I don't fight the flow. All right, so we have that, and let's go on here. Listen, we were talking about this the other day. You have to see on a serious note, you have to see what's going on. These people are ready to roll out the new financial system. They're getting more impatient with each day. Now, I don't know when this is going to happen. I don't proclaim to. I'm not in charge of the banks. I'm not in charge of governments. You know that. But I'm saying some people, they come to you as though you have some power to know when this is going to happen. How could you? But see with your own eyes, right? It says here from newsbtc.com, study XRP more popular in Japan. Bulls lack strength. Oh, it's more popular in Japan. Let's read this little tidbit here. You don't say. You mean like the same Japan that the head of SBI Remit said that the entirety of Japan would run off of XRP? You think the Japanese people don't know that? You think they might not want a piece of that money? What? Of course they would. You mean if they don't, you believe that they don't understand that they could get handed an infrastructure that would be a boon to the entirety of every single business in Japan if they're able to utilize such a thing? Of course they do. The whole of the entirety of the rest of the world is trying to capitalize off of the bank coins right now, except for the West. But that's on the West. Hey, but everybody else seems to know. XRP is the most popular cryptocurrency in Japan. People see where this is going here. According to a recent study by the City of Hong Kong University, Hong Kong, sorry about that, is currently circulating on Twitter. According to the study, XRP is even more popular in the land of the rising sun than in the United States of America. That's because they tell the truth in Japan. They tell the truth. Arigato for doing that. Listen, I've forgotten so much of my Japanese, by the way. My goodness, I was trying to remember. I used to speak very, very good Japanese, but this is what happens when you don't practice. You know, I've been practicing a lot of other languages as of late. I need to get back to all my Japanese. But anyway, but they tell the truth in Japan on the Japanese media and such like that. And the people are very, very technologically savvy. They understand what is the best. They demand the best for themselves, right? And in the United States, it's just not that way. The media controls everything, unfortunately. And the media has been convincing everyone in the West that not XRP, but all of crypto is bad. I told you, I've been out there in the world before talking to people. These people have some capital to play with. And all they say, they're all in with the stocks. No matter how slow and archaic and how terrible the stock market is, they're all in with the stocks. But when it comes to even Bitcoin, Ethereum, forget about altcoins, everything, all the thoughts are negative. And they always reference news media. The news media ruins everything in the United States. That's my humble opinion. But that's why it's not popular. If the news media told the truth about crypto in the United States, XRP would be the most popular in the United States as well. XRP would be up there. Stellar would definitely be up there. XLM will be up there. Algorand would definitely be up there. And the rest of the bank coins will follow. But that's my reasoning for that. Just my humble opinion, okay? It says, with nearly 1.36 billion units traded in February 2022, XRP was the cryptocurrency with the highest spot trading volume in Japan. So now we're going to go to another article here. Okay, moving right along. We're having a good flow. We're keeping a good energy. A lot of people had off today, maybe, right? But tomorrow we get back to business, full business. We're going to win. We're going to make some money this week. We're going to expand business. We're going to conquer. We're going to have strong minds, strong spirits, strong bodies. We're hitting the gym. We're going to do a lot of good things this week, right? All right, let's get to this next article here. I believe in every single one of you. Appreciate you showing me love. Thank you so much. All right. Now, the fate of dollar-pegged stablecoins in question. Law Dakota. I told you they're coming after everything. This is why you should just stick to your promote everything on your chain that you can use, your native tokens as well, because the SEC is and the regulators are going to come after you no matter what. So a lot of companies are trying to take the safe route with stablecoins because stablecoins were once praised by the government. But here's the thing, and they were praised by banks also, central banks. But here's the thing, the governments and the banks oftentimes will flip-flop on you. They will flip on you, scald you, put you out of business, hit you with a multitude of fines, only to later they come in and issue or deploy the exact same technologies and benefit greatly from it with no consequences whatsoever. They need to get you out of the way. It's not the technology that's really the problem. It's you, the companies, that are the problem. So there's no running. You might as well stand and fight. But let's read this little tidbit here. The United States Securities and Exchange Commission ordered Paxos Trust to stop issuing Binance USD. That we know. Let's scroll down and find out. Is there something you're going to tell us that we don't know? It says here, all existing BUSD tokens will remain fully backed and redeemable through Paxos Trust Company until at least February 2024. Okay, customers can redeem their funds in US dollars. The situation may have far-reaching repercussions for the stablecoins in general, as Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao has already hinted the industry may drop the American dollar as a peg currency. I talked about that the other day and said that I fully agree with that. Also, we spoke months ago about just having assets that are backed by gold because it's safer, didn't we? We've been talking about gold for a long time and just having assets. If you need a universal digital currency and you're going to back it with something, it has to be gold, in my humble opinion. It has proven itself over decades upon decades of time to hold value. and to protect value very well, I might add. Let's hear crypto analyst Miles Deutscher expressed the most obvious point of bewilderment. You shouldn't be bewildered, but this is what he says. Nobody expects profit when purchasing a stablecoin. That doesn't matter to the SEC. What we're dealing with is corruption. Take off the blindfold and acknowledge the truth. This is a corrupt system. You're witnessing it outright. And because no one can hold them accountable, the bullies are able to do whatever they want. Admit it. And then, after you come to the realization of such, fight back. Fight back. Your words are going to mean little. This is going to take money, a whole lot of heart, and fighting back in various ways. Until you're ready to do that, you might as well not even say anything. I mean, a lot of people, they say things hoping someone else is going to fight the battle. That's not going to get you anywhere but put out of business right now. This is, we'll see what happens with stablecoins. So far, I haven't seen much activity other than this, but I'm sure the SEC is cooking something up. We'll keep our eyes open. So now let's go here. Oh, we have a lot of good Algorand news today. This tweet here is from the Algorand Foundation, and it goes as such. Another fantastic product coming to Algorand is CTRL Alt Matt ONG, founder and CEO, recently joined us for an amazing chat where he shared the motivation and vision for building a protocol for an alternative investments on Algorand. Do you see the rapid rise and spread of Algorand? The most balanced bank coin, in my humble opinion, dominating in a myriad of sectors. Somebody's going to get on me about myriad, but I only used it one time in this video so far, all right? Hey, and I'm waiting on my thesaurus. You said you were going to give it to me. All right. Now you got about, I don't know. I don't know how long to say, but anyway, they have a multitude of companies building on Algorand right now with great ideas. They have great motivation. Algorand is backing them up. This is going very, very well. So now let's move to another tweet. So Algorand continues to get stronger and grow every single day. Every week, we're getting great announcements. This next tweet here is also from the Algorand Foundation, and it goes as such. The team at Venue Markets are building a decentralized prediction protocol on Algorand. More building on Algorand. More value, more volume, more ideas. How dominant does Algorand have to be before people start giving Algorand a little bit of credit? Before we get a few more articles written about Algorand. Holy smokes, we're doing the most. Don't get me wrong, you're talking about banks, then yeah, you're talking about Ripple. You're talking about Quant, throw Quant in there. Trade finance, you're talking about XDC, right? Exchanges, you're talking LCX. Retail, you're talking retail and CBDCs and pretty much everything else, you're talking XLM. But when you're talking about the most balanced bank coin, heck, I'm going to go out on a limb and say the most balanced crypto company of all time so far, the most balanced, dominating in every sector, you're talking Algorand. What is it going to take to get a few articles written, to get a little bit of respect on Algorand's name? I don't know, but I know one thing. They continue to win no matter what. They continue to grow. And what's it going to do to that price in the future if we continue exponential growth like this? You tell me. Huh? Yeah, I think they're gonna do pretty good. So Venue Markets, another one. So now let's move on here. I think we have one more. Yes, we do. One more tweet from Algorand. This is all in the last day. Hey, the tweet goes as such. At Equito Finance is tackling a huge cross-chain liquidity. Oh, it's tackling a huge challenge, cross-chain liquidity. Sorry about that. I'm going to misread sometimes. I might misspeak. That's why you do your own research, all right? All right. Oh, man. So, cross-chain liquidity, my goodness. Medical industry, gaming. There was another one. I didn't put the other tweet up here, I don't think. Yeah, no, I didn't. But there was a tweet they put up on, it was either Algorand or Algorand Foundation. And it said something about gaming. That's right where Algorand needs to be, or gaming definitely has a home on Algorand, something like that. You can go to their Twitter and read it. But it just shows the domination that Algorand is exuding right now. They had one, and there were back-to-back really powerful tweets about gaming, and then Napster, of course, buying this like song company. Man, Algorand is doing a lot. Who's better than them right now? Overall, I'm talking about overall stats. Who's better than them? Hey, this is my humble opinion, but they're doing very well, okay? So now let's move on here. A little bit of Stellar, a little bit of XLM news, Stellar news, all right? Stronghold. Oh, man, I love hearing from Stronghold. I definitely do. They put out this little tweet here. Stronghold's merchant financing program offers our merchants a quick and easily accessible source of funding to grow their business. So once again, things on Stellar make it very easy for you to move capital, access capital, move payroll, do traceability, use smart contracts. Heck, you can do 1 million transactions per second between two parties if you use Starlight Protocol. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. So now you have this possibility here with this company, with Stronghold's merchant financing program, where you can get a little bit of, I won't say a little bit, you can get some good volume over time and good value over time flowing across Stellar. Stronghold's on Stellar, right? And Stronghold's tokens, which are built on Stellar, they have all the incentive. They're giving people all the incentive in the world to lock that value up, bring some good congestion to the chain, maybe trigger a little surge pricing. Who knows? But Stronghold is doing a great job right now. Things are looking really, really good for the Stellar blockchain. So now let's go here. I think we have another one from Stronghold. Yes, we do. Here's another tweet from Stronghold. It says this: new blog post. What are virtual payment networks? How can they transform security, transparency, and accessibility for businesses of all sizes? Our latest blog post explores the potential of blockchain and ACH payment integrations in elevating businesses to new heights. To sum it all up, Stronghold is looking to take a prominent role in this, bring more businesses over to utilize Stronghold for these services, which then would mean what? That means there's a whole lot of possible volume and value that could be brought to the Stellar chain. You have Stronghold, Velo, EveryNet, LightNet. I mean, we go on and on. IBM, don't forget IBM. IBM just had a great year when it comes to revenue, right? So now they have revenue to play with. No doubt in my mind that maybe they could, behind the scenes, they can fuel up their use of Stellar Protocol at some point, revitalize it, revamp it. They could do whatever they want, but I'm keeping my eye on that. So there's always the possibility of that. So I don't forget IBM either. We have what's going on in the Ukraine. Stellar is dominating right now. And there's no doubt in my mind, I think they can do even more in the future. That's a scary thing to think about. It's a great thing to think about, actually. I don't want to use the word scary. It's a great thing to think about, right? But as of right now, they're doing a great job. Just my humble opinion. It's not financial advice. All right. All right. So now let's go here. We're actually getting through these articles pretty good today. We're only at 25 minutes. I got maybe about 5 more articles. We'll see if we get through all of them. Bank of England. Once again, we were talking about them the other day. The mass rollout of the new financial system is happening at light speed. The people aren't seeing this. And they're not going to be ready. And they're going to be sitting there once again, just like it happened with the internet boom, just like it happened with the Bitcoin boom and the last bull run also. And people are going to be sitting there. I didn't even know that was going to happen. How could I have known? You mean like besides everybody telling you a new financial system is rolling out and you should probably take advantage of it? Not financial advice, but I'm saying this has been everywhere. They're saying this. I mean, even Bitcoin is poised to explode. They've greened Bitcoin up. The Bitcoin community, the people, the developers, they saw there was a problem. The government was coming for them. And they, remember what I was saying last year? I was like, listen, if they don't solve some of these problems, Bitcoin is going to have a tough time in the future. But if they solve some of these problems, Bitcoin is going to be poised to explode. Well, they solved the problems. So even, hey, let's read this little tidbit here. Bank of England developing a CBDC that will respect privacy. Interesting. Yeah, if you trust the government, sure. Let me keep my words to myself because some people might feel that way. It says central bank digital currencies are the future of financial transactions. I would beg to differ. I think that the bank coins outright are the future of financial transactions. I do believe we will share the future possibly with CBDCs, but I think a lot of people in the world won't like CBDCs. They don't like the powers that control them. They don't like the banking industry. I think that bail-ins are going to leave a big sour taste in people's mouths. As soon as they get that first bail-in, people will want to be done with the banks and they will look for an alternative. Who's the alternative to the banks? Well, it's not prepaid cards. I can tell you that. It's not prepaid cards. It's us, the bank coins. That's logical. We're the bank alternative. Safe, military grade security, bank grade security with some of them, right? It's us. So I beg to differ, Mr. Article Writer, but let's continue on here. More than 100 central banks are in various stages of their development. Yes, and we're going to take all their money because they don't have the technology to do what it is they want to do. So we have to hand it to them, which means they're going to hand us a boatload of money. Generational wealth, possibly. Just my humble opinion. Says the Bank of England has just published a technology working paper, which does appear to allay some fears that CBDCs could be used to control spending habits. It is. They've already discussed this. Now, maybe the Bank of England might decide, it's possible, they might decide to have a little bit of privacy. But in a lot of areas around the world, yeah, they want to hit a button and say, you're not doing what we want you to do. Hey, you can't use our CBDC. Right? So, I mean, it's going to be different in different places. You just have to know how the government operates in your sector of the world, your part of the world. Right? So, it says, used to control spending habits and also switch off from the system anyone who might be considered by the government as being in contravention of rules or politics. Yeah, this is a legit concern that people have. It's also why they have the regulators have been going after privacy coins. I mean, aren't the people supposed to have privacy as a right from birth? So what's next? They can't close the doors on their houses, right? So you can't do anything with privacy, right? It's unbelievable. So anyway, so yes, the people are concerned about that. They have a right to be concerned about that. That's a legitimate concern. Another element of the proposed CBDC is that of privacy. The European MiCA regulations don't appear to acknowledge the need for privacy. You see why they're concerned? You see that? But the BOE working paper looks to support it. Well, we have a little bit of a problem there now, don't we? Interesting. We'll see which one comes out on top, but that's why they're concerned. It explains what it means by blind proofs, zero knowledge proofs, which it says will enable users to hide their personal data, not just from anyone they transact with, but even from the bank itself. So, I mean, look, this sounds good. And, I'm going to hope for the best, but I'm going to prepare for the worst. So we'll see how all this shakes out. But yes, Bank of England moves forward. They're in deep with Quant. They're in deep with Ripple. We will see how all of this works out. All right. Yeah, Ripple's in very deep with the Bank of England. Look, do your own research. They even had a few articles come out recently about that. But we will see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right. Now let's go on here. All right. I'm going to cover this one. We're going to skip 2 articles. Go here to coindesk.com. This article is titled Energy Giant Saudi Aramco signs agreement with Drop Group to build Web3 tech. Listen, the bank coins are the deepest in the United Arab Emirates, in the MENA region. Everywhere over there is what I'm saying. We're the deepest. Multiple banks and government entities utilizing XRP or setting up to utilize XRP. My apologies. Stellar is deep over there. Hedera is so deep over there that the key infrastructure, I believe in the UAE, most specifically, the key infrastructure for their Web3 is being built on Hedera. But you look that up for yourself because I'm paraphrasing, okay? I want you to see it for yourself. That way, if I misspeak or say something the wrong way, it doesn't really matter because you're going to have that information for yourself, okay? But they're in deep over there. We covered an article about that recently. I'm trying to remember who else is deep over there. Algorand is deep over there. So keep that in mind. When it comes to Web3, you're going to need multiple companies functioning all together for these different regions and different offerings. I think there's enough money to flow where all the bank coins are going to touch some of that money over there. Some of that tokenization of oil and various commodities, trillions of dollars to move over there. Who are you going to trust more than the bank coins? But let's read this little tidbit. Saudi Arabian Oil Group, the near $2 trillion, $2 trillion, $2 trillion, more trillions, people, more trillions. The near $2 trillion worth state-owned energy company has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Drop Group to explore, here's the key, to explore co-developing a range of Web3 technologies. They're going to need a whole lot. Sounds like you might need on-demand liquidity. Sounds like you might need Starlight Protocol from XLM. What do you need? What do you need? You just need some high-grade smart contracts. Algorand's deep over there. Hedera's deep over there. You think that some of them have offices over here also. You think they're not knocking on their door saying, hey, we read that article. Would you like to do a partnership? We can hand you a digital sandbox. Play around with it for a while. Yeah, they do that. Hand them the digital sandbox. And then the people, they play around with it for a while. These CEOs, COOs, these engineers, and they say, wow. They're just blown away. Wow. And then they want to use it. Then we have memorandums of understanding signed. Then we have contracts signed. Before you know it, the money is flowing. This is how business works, folks. This is why they have offices in these areas and have been getting in deep. My humble opinion, $2 trillion. You think they're in deep over there and they don't want a piece of those $2 trillion? Of course they do. We're going to run Web3. No one's better than us. We're going to run Web3. The Web3, the third generation of the internet driven by blockchain technology, applications will be aimed at helping Aramco's employees. Remember, Algorand and Ripple already have the capability of doing payroll already. And I believe Stellar does also. They're just not saying it. But if you're going to run the entirety of the infrastructures in Ukraine off of Stellar, then that means you have to be able to utilize issuance of payroll, deploying payroll payments, breaking them into pieces, considering those pieces the whole of a certain budget as well. All of this has to be possible. I'm sorry, I'm not so eloquent, but you get my idea. So Stellar has some skin in the game also over here. $2 trillion. That money is going to flow, people. Hey, listen, I'm getting excited. Everything's looking really good. The collaboration isn't Aramco's first foray into blockchain. In early 2020, the company invested $5 million into VACT. So listen, they're looking for the top technology. They're looking for the best. They're giving things a try. They'll end up at the bank coins. In my humble opinion, they'll end up with us. And we'll take that money. Just like we take the money from everybody else. We're going to take the money. There's nothing they can do about it. We're going to present them with a deal that they can't refuse. Nobody can refuse us, and nobody's better than us. Anyway, why is my what do you call those? My voice acting. My voice acting is off today. We have so much to go over here. We do. I'm going to cut some stuff out here. Let's end off with Celo, okay? A lot of people like to hear updates on Celo. I told you, Celo, one of their key use cases is universal basic income. They're in bed with the World Economic Forum. The World Economic Forum wants universal basic income around the world. Do you see the links here? Then Celo comes out with this article today. This is on medium.com. And it says here, Good Dollar is a protocol built to deliver free money as a public good through distributing a daily universal basic income in G token to anyone who wants a G token is built on Celo. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna let them tell you. It says Q&A with Good Dollar. Why did you decide to build on Celo? Do you see? We called it months ago. I told you universal basic income is what they wanted. Now, whether they could pull it off or not, I don't know. Listen, Celo's price goes parabolic even without all this. That we all know. We already experienced it multiple times. People took disgusting profits from Celo. All right, already. Boom, 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 boom. Multiple times. Go look at the charts in the past. You can see it with your own eyes. We lived it. It's going to go parabolic easily even without this. But with this, I mean, what does it do to that price? What's the next explosion going to be like? That's the question. But yes, universal basic income is what they want Celo to be doing. This is why we had another offering on Celo, was it like a month ago, where they were doing universal basic income also. But let's read a little bit about this one here. Why did you decide to build on Celo? Question posed to Good Dollar. Good Dollar and Celo share mission alignment. That open blockchain networks are their most impactful when solving the big problems of our society. There are over 1.7 billion unbanked people around the globe, and 5.5 billion are underbanked. and underserved by our current financial services industry. Good Dollar and Celo community are working together to address this through financial education, access, empowerment, and enabling anyone in the world to get Good Dollar universal basic income. Listen, also, I'll end off with this. You do know that there was a big push to try to get universal basic income in the United States. You do know that, right? That in the West, there was a whole movement of politicians that want universal basic income deployed. Now, if you have regulatory clarity and you have and if ever there's a major push for universal basic income, you think Celo's not going to go absolutely insane with rolling out all of these use cases that they have for universal basic income? I think that they will, and they can make a major push. Remember, like I said, they're backed by the World Economic Forum, and not only that, who is a big backer of Celo? Deutsche Telekom. Do you understand the capital that they're sitting on, that they can play with? They can make a push the likes of which no one would ever see coming. And they keep that quiet, that Deutsche Telekom connection, they keep very quiet, don't they? Yes, they do. Interesting times we live in, are they not? So, now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to... Wait, what? You thought that was a slap? Wait a minute. Yeah, let's do it 3 times. Why not? Just because it's fun. Just because we want to change up the rhythm. We want to change up the energy. Why not? We do what we want. There's no rules. There's no rules. What was my outro again? Now that you have the information, I'm going to do with it something about me doing something with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.